to the beautiful Dynasty typewriter. How's everybody doing tonight? Harmontown is now in session. You know what that means? Let's give it up for our Dungeon Master, Spencer Crittenden. I'm Rob Schrab. I'm comptrolling tonight. Thanks, Mom. Let's give it up for the mayor of Harmontown, Dan Harmon. Yeah. Dan Harmon. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to my friends for showing up and supporting me. Thank you. Thank you to the audience for coming in and standing in line and buying a ticket at the right time. Damn, seems like back in the day you used to not come here the regular way. You used to come in a different way, and now it just seems like every time you come this other way. What happened to us? Damn. I want to bring that back till the break of dawn, making love to you. Damn. Okay. All right. Yeah.
What was the name of that song?
I don't know.
Back in the day.
Zero effort. Lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy comedically. Lazy creatively. Lazy musically.
Lazy opener.
Yeah, but also kind of in a positive way, like rolling out into the ocean, like not a beached whale, the original whale to like become a whale, after like going like, I don't want to be a giant hippo. There's no market for this. I took a wrong turn at the Albuquerque of Darwinian progress. Like I somehow am basically like a big blubbery pig on a beach. If these giant ham hocks were flippers, I could be the most powerful fucker in the ocean. I'm doing it. I'm going back. Todd, don't. Those are pre-whale, pre-aquatic whales. The dialogue.
Steve Levy, Ice Bucket.
Pre-whales.
What? Just
Pre-whales.
I went back to the water, whale that I am.
Hi, Spencer.
I also went back to the water. Hey, guys.
What was I? Am I not supposed to interpret that as you implying
He's practicing. He needs to get in some errors.
Rob is practicing hosting because he's going to moderate.
Run a Red Lobster. Table for 5. Follow that guy.
Yeah, pretty easy. Doesn't seem that hard. A lot of the work seems to be being done by that guy, and even the customer. Follow that guy. Yeah.
It's a bit easy.
Yeah.
It's not too. It's a bit easy.
What is the deal with when you go into a restaurant that has a host and also waiter people? Like, is the host? Is that a person? Is it like the military?
It is a person.
Is it like the military where officers' school is different from enlisted men? Like it's like I was surprised to find out that never the twain shall meet.
Yeah, the hosts are on like the fast track. They get promoted to middle manager or whatever.
They've never scrubbed a dish. Possibly some of them have, some of them haven't. But at any rate, that's not really. They're like, I'd like to host.
Well, I believe that host is usually where you start and then you work up to waiter because then you get tips.
Oh, the host is more like a shadow program.
Yeah, I think.
Like Wonder Mutt at the Hall of Justice.
Host is Wonder Mutt, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that sound you made. Well, because you're picturing a laborer, and now I'm comparing them to an animal. Yes.
But what an animal!
His first name is Wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
I was more thinking in terms of the strata, like, you know, where you start, you're kind of in training because you're kind of like hanging back. And but when you're the customer, you're perceiving the host as like some kind of, like they have power over things. I don't know, or at least I did.
They have a power over like hospitality, like they're welcoming you and it feels like it's their place, but no, they can't even wait.
I'm very conscious of my body today. I was inventorying my mood. That's a new word, inventorying. And I was like, I think maybe consciousness of your body should be like a mood. It's like sometimes you just feel, you're just like, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. Sometimes you feel a little handsome. That's not, no, I did a little bit there at the end that I riffed. I was like, go 90 degrees now. Because like what are you doing? You're telling them you feel fat. Like they know what is your show and who are you? Why are you talking into a microphone? Who are they? What are they supposed to think about
themselves? We're going to answer all these questions tonight on Dan Harmon's Harmontown.
So,
yay!
Yeah.
So Rob's going to be moderating the Rick and Morty Comic-Con panel, and so he wants to practice hosting.
I want to practice, and I don't want it to turn into Harmontown because no one wins that way.
But you want to well, yeah. And you picked a great place to practice.
Well, no. Hear me out. I'm usually not comptrolling. I'm usually here, and I usually come out, and you ignore me. And the only way I'm going to make it worth my drive here is pissing you off. So, if I'm comptrolling, I'm kind of, I have a job to do. You've said hi to me tonight, so. Bonus, win. Win. I've got so much win.
It is different. Maybe I just think I'm an elitist and I think of hosts differently than guests and busboys. Like I'm like like that. It's connected. I'm thinking the same thing at a Bennigan's as I am in my stagecraft, which is that hosts are important.
You've done how many Comic-Con panels? Let's be serious for a second.
How
many?
So probably.
There's been like what?
'Cause there's
3
been a
Rick
bunch
and
for
Morty
Community,
ones, and then about 3 or 4.
I'll go.
Let's just talk about Rick and Morty, okay? Just talk about.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll go 4. I think Rick and Morty's probably have 4 big panels.
What are some do's and don'ts? Start with the do's. Go. Number 1.
I think that big crowd dynamics in general. But you and I wrote on award shows together. Won an Emmy.
Kid.
But and so you're familiar with the kind. I don't have to advise you on this, but it's like Hall H is like 3,000 people, or 6,000. How many does Hall H hold?
Many.
I don't think
thousands.
that'll be a problem. My voice kind of carries.
But crowds are different. Like 150 people, it's like you could get a laugh off of clearing your throat at the right time or taking the right pause, and there's an interface. And then the larger the crowd gets, it's not that they're dumber. It's just that they're kind of wearing gloves on their feelings. So people make the mistake of thinking that means that you have to dumb everything down. It's very close to that, but I think it's not. I think that's a negative thing to think that 3,000 people aren't smarter than 150 people, but just in a different way.
Yeah.
They're and that you're dealing with a kind of more of a on-off Frankenstein switch than a light switch in terms of you want to be big and crisp with your, hey, who here wants to react to the word sandwich?
Woo!
And then they go, rah! And then you're like, shagunk, well, then in that case, it's more of a bigger, simpler, but more powerful machine.
Right. Is there anybody here going to Comic-Con this year? Anybody?
2 people.
2 people. All right.
See,
we'll see you there.
In this room, that's riveting.
Maybe they've seen you enough.
Yeah. So and then let's segue into one of your jobs is going to be to introduce everybody.
Right. Is there a story of somebody not doing that right?
No. No.
No.
We
didn't Ryan Ridley come out dressed like?
You guys remember Ryan Ridley?
Well, I will.
Two people.
I will let Ryan Ridley. I think we've already talked about it on the show.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Ryan does a great job of explaining.
Okay, never mind. I watched it online. And it was way funnier than you told it because it's Ryan. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Ryan Ridley, who is a writer on Rick and Morty, came out. He moderated, and he dressed up like a king, whatever,
He was a king, but like a king from a pack of cards almost.
Right. He didn't like go, I'm going to make a crown and I'm going to get like my a shitty wig or whatever. He spent some time on this costume. And then he comes out and and it's a huge room. So the silence is deafening. So he comes out and he's like,
Rob's smiling.
expecting people to be laughing already, and he sits there for
because
a long
the joke
time.
was, and it's a brilliant joke.
Yeah.
Right? Ryan's he's a genius. Like the joke was that Game of Thrones panel was after ours, and he was just there to kill the time, like the audience was waiting to get. He took the moderating gig so he could be at the Game of Thrones. Panel.
It didn't go over well.
Well, because again, he looked like a deck of cards, and he never said who he was. And
he never said. He didn't really kind of set up the bit for it to land.
Well,
and
also after it kind of hit the skids, my memory is that he also never at any point said, "By the way, my name is Ryan Ridley. I work on the show. I'm responsible for
right
you.
now."
You like me. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the panels will be moderated by some guy from BuzzFeed or something. And I'm not diminishing that. It's just that people are used to in those halls with we don't. This person may be good at this job, bad at this job. Inevitably, who cares? Because what is being good or bad at that job?
Yeah.
When the people are I just think the people are there to I don't want to use the word worship because we tend to punish I don't know, we have a negative view of fandom in general kind of still, but Comic-Con is a mecca. They've journeyed there, blah blah blah. It is, the Kool-Aid is real. The Kool-Aid doesn't kill you. It's just good to drink it, and because it's Kool-Aid, it tastes great. And it's the people are in this room. At least we can all fucking express that we love The Simpsons for the next 45 minutes without loving it wrong, or someone letting us know that it was ugly the way we liked The Simpsons. It's just there's something really powerful about that. That probably is the same thing going on at a Grateful Dead concert, Burning Man, whatever. Why am I explaining audiences? Why don't we practice bringing people out? Because that's going to be that's the moderator thing. They're there and they're who does this guy think he is? That meter's running.
Man,
because
But according to you, there's no way I can screw this up.
Well, what about
well,
you're saying
actually,
who cares? So I should just go on and be myself.
Oh yeah, they'll love that.
Why don't you bring someone out?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from his tour of America is Jeff Bryan Davis from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Welcome back. This is Jeff Davis's first win. He's been on many different episodes of this podcast. Jeff Davis is now doing...
Oh, no. Oh, damn.
Okay. All right. They just made out. No. I'm not kissing you. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, well, if you're going to do it that way.
That's the fifth time I've made out with a man for comedy in 20 years. And but it's all now I was is there, the whole time I was going, is there such a thing called, is there gay face now? Is there
Jeff Davis, what do you think? Is there gay face?
Hey, that's a great interviewing question.
Thank you.
You are fucking ready to go.
I've been rehearsing.
The pump has been primed. You are ready.
But I was also distracted by your tender,
Oh, wow. Oh,
your
Jesus.
tender lips. It was.
Yeah,
I loved kissing.
It got kind of good there.
I was like, I'd do
There
this.
was a moment when we crossed. I mean, I don't know about you. I felt we crossed the threshold into kind of a
real thing.
yeah.
Expressing affection for each
I
other.
don't think I've ever felt the tender touch of another human being in the way that we experienced that just now.
Okay, good. Same page club.
Also, if you spend $5, you can see this on for the subscription for Harmontown.
Yeah.
You can see Dan and me make out.
We never said anything during all of Pride Month, by the way. We missed Pride Month. Like, I don't know.
Well, say it now.
I want to remind people that remember our guest David Cummings. He's like Pride Month continues to be really strongly celebrated in horror fiction podcasts. Or I'll just say the No Sleep podcast. Like they just do a fucking great job of like rolling out the LGBTQ carpet without and it's like. It feels you feel like you've done something for anyone by listening, but you also feel like you're cheating because you're like, but it's better. These stories from gay couple perspectives that are about like not like that are about like a hook coming through a window are like, it's more compelling. It's like it's better horror.
Rob, do you have a follow-up question for that?
Where did the hook come from?
I don't know. I got high before the show.
The hook coming from the window is a cool idea.
So what do you like Rob? Like,
all right.
Or what do you want to pretend it's a panel and get real hands-on practice there? Like,
do you want to do some real like?
I guess.
Meat
But are we
potatoes?
pretending that?
Do you want to try pandering?
Let's say like.
Get some pandering in?
Dan or Spencer, why don't you pitch me as a panelist, like someone that Rob has to interview on the panel?
All right.
And I'll be that person.
Rob, what do you think about this? Jeff is the guy who plays Morty.
Okay, so Justin.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the nastiest, sickest, sexiest, like most offensive thing that ever happened behind the scenes at Rick and Morty?
Oh well, one time we were in the edit bay. We were in the edit bay, and Dan came into the edit bay with me, and we just started really getting on each other's balls. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like not in like a kissy, like touchy way, but like we really got on each other's balls.
Oh, that's
and that's how we broke season 4.
Wow. Okay, is that why the show takes so long to make?
Yeah, that's another thing you want to hit a lot. When's the show coming out? What's taking so long?
When's the show coming out? What would be the
Why is it so hard to make the damn show?
Yeah. Why?
Where are you at right now, Harmon? Like you and Justin, like where in your 70 episode odyssey? 70 episodes. I don't like 70 anything. How are you? Where are you? 3?
I mean,
5?
what the fuck are you gonna do?
What the fuck are you thinking?
What the fuck?
You bought a house with a giant pool.
Jesus
You're gonna
Christ.
fucking
Oh my
die broke.
God. You
can't,
signed
there's
paperwork.
no way that this is even
boy.
humanly possible.
Do you
and if
know?
it is, it's not even gonna be good.
Do you know
It's gonna be shit.
Yeah. AV Club.
This is Justin Roiland saying that.
I noticed. Here's something.
Oh, here we
talking.
go.
Okay, I'm
Here we
breaking the shit. This is me just
Break it
because
down.
I was looking at other Q's and A panels, and I noticed
you're really doing your homework.
He really is.
I don't phone anything in.
Rob gave an insulting response
Except
to a
for
high
fives.
five.
He will phone in a high five.
Well, I cut my finger. I didn't.
Oh,
want to hurt
okay. You
myself.
don't want to give me your
But
AIDS.
you could
All right.
make me feel.
Rob
bad.
has AIDS. It's okay. We can
okay.
talk about it.
We got
It's adorable. I noticed that your fans don't audition when they ask questions. Usually, like when I've done panels, it's
They don't
usually
get
like, hello there, just wanted to know, and then they do like this they've been rehearsing this bit, and then it comes off very, like the whole audience goes, what, or whatever. But your fans, Rick and Morty fans, they're like, why did Doc do this? Or what's in this bottle? Or are those both trash cans from the Smith house? Or did he steal those? Or what? You know, like they have very specific questions, which kind of cool, right? I mean, that's not really a question. But this is I don't know if you've noticed that.
I think there's, well, I guess I haven't is my answer, because I've only done panels for Community and Rick and Morty, and I don't, there's not a lot of like, I think there's like a self-policing kind of enzyme in the air. People that might otherwise, like they want to contribute to like this very short runtime.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to be the one that asks the question that causes other people a problem of some kind. Yeah, like there's a lot of pressure. Like you're lining up to ask your question into the mic, and every once in a while, there's people that take a shot at the moon with some kind of larger than just a regular question bit, but like 80% of those actually work.
There was a
like
guy,
they're good. Like if somebody's just like in a costume and they go like, I have one question.
Yeah.
When am I coming back?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, oh, Bluto, next season when Popeye gets super.
guy dressed up as Mr. Poopy Butthole and asked Sarah, like, why'd you shoot me?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
That's funny.
The audience loved it. And I
Yeah.
did too.
So
And
who's
what
going to
do
be
you
on
mean?
the panel? Who's on the dais?
I think Dan is, right? You're going to show up for that, right?
Yeah. If I'm feeling better about my body. Yeah.
Okay. But just do head and shoulders with the camera.
There's mirrors all over the green room, and it's just kind of like, and it's just one of those like, that's what I think, it's like a biorhythmic thing. Like my body doesn't look any different but I just like my t-shirt's like a tarp like laid over this bowling pin, made
like
of
a-
like
that's like
softening candle wax and like.
That sounds like a lyric.
And I'll look in the mirror and I'll go like, hey, fix that posture. And then I'll like go like this, and it gets really depressing because it's like, a fucking monster with good posture. Like your belly didn't change shape at all. It just like moved on the y-axis.
Have you been backsliding with your Dave Klein workouts, or what's
I don't know. Well, no, certainly. Well, maybe yes, but not through his fault. But you know, there's been. I'm sure it's like I'm sliding in a way that I'm maybe noticing or whatever. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, I don't want to.
Hey, ease up. I'm comptrolling.
I did want to.
Hey, you didn't answer that question. I'm going to get to the truth. Who's on the panel? You are.
Dude, I don't
Justin.
know.
Gee,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Another voice talent?
Is it like not like Ryan Ridley and like who you got?
I would assume that it's
Ryan Ridley will be there.
Some voice people,
Voice people.
but I don't know how they pick them.
Voice people.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Chris and Sarah and Spencer, right?
I would, yeah,
Probably. Not me.
But I would hate to be wrong about that.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I said probably.
somebody will be. You'll be there.
Rob,
That's
Rob,
plenty.
if you could ask one question,
Right.
what would it be?
Dan, are you coming into work tomorrow?
Yeah,
Good. I like it when you're there.
yeah.
We got a lot done today.
Kind
what?
of almost two
The
episodes,
show.
almost 2 stories broken.
Yeah.
In
Why,
one day.
are you working on it?
Yeah, I think I am. I wouldn't call it working.
Hello.
He has his moments.
Are you a writer, producer? What are you doing?
I'm not sure. I just show up until they tell me to get the fuck out. I don't really know. Really.
We're communicating in
I'll
this
find out
language in
when
the
it-
writers' room where it's like an old married couple, and it's like I assume it's bad for the other people. Why would that? Because it like there's a showrunner and kind of guy like that's deputized. Like his job is to keep the trains running on time, but it's like but he can't fire me. And then he's like, and then I'm just doing this bit with Schrab all the time. I'll be like, okay, well, what if the spacesuit had a thing? What if it had a thing? Don't fucking question me. If you have something to contribute, fucking pitch something, or otherwise shut the fuck up. I'm just trying to help, man. If you want to help, pitch something. I pitched something a couple minutes ago. Your pitch was a question? Was like why isn't Rick Morty?
And this will go on.
That was a pitch. No, that was a question
for a really long time.
And anyways, et cetera. And it's like, it's kind of like, it's just a 40-year, 30 years. It's just.
How much did that job pay?
I'll let you know at the end of the month.
And I do have to wonder, like, what? Yeah.
Are you making a living doing this?
I hope so. Kate's gonna be really pissed.
Like, what about the younger writers that are like, fuck, man, get up in the morning and they're like,
I went to Harvard. What the fuck is going on right now?
Like, so wait, so what? What is this?
I spent 6 years at the Onion, and now this is.
Gotta listen to these.
He just wanted his husband at work.
It really.
He just got tired.
They're coming around. They realize that's how we work, and we did a good job today.
Yeah, but I wonder. My mind goes back to the note we would get in Milwaukee from the improv community.
Comedy Sports or Dead Allies?
Well, but I mean, I feel like we got the same note in both, which goes to show you that we had the problem because one was like. They were very different from each other, but they both would express to us basically like in the politest way. It was like it would be nice when you guys are doing something if you would let people know what it is and how they can help, and not just make latch onto each other and make fun of everything around you in some like heavenly creatures, like twisted, like two British girls like fantasizing about homicide in the 50s kind of like vibe you give off, like where it's like all of a sudden just talking in Die Hard references and there's like, you know, like a referee going, what? So you recreated Die Hard? That's not the theater game. All right.
I remember when I first met you, was it like 94?
Probably, yeah.
At
that seems
Milwaukee
like
Comedy Sports Tournament.
Yes.
And I had been in LA Comedy Sports for I think 6 months. Like it was pretty new. And I'd heard about the New York Comedy Sports guys like Tallman and Mike Rock and like all the other guys. And then you guys, the Dead Alewives. And I was so intimidated to meet you, and we all like met and wanted to hang out with each other, but we never really talked. We just kind of stared at our feet and had a drink. But then I saw you guys do the Dead Alewives show, and it fucking blew my mind. It was really. I go, like you can be funny and weird and not give a fuck about the audience. Because you guys truly didn't care about the quality, what was going on. Yeah. But that's why it was funny. You cared about quality in the right way, which is like we're going to do what we want.
Not much rehearsal.
It just didn't, we didn't have any option of pleasing the audience. Like we wouldn't know how, so.
But you were signing like Scud books, and I think that's when I first met you. You were sitting at a little table, and you were signing Scud. I didn't know what that was. And I just
Most people don't.
Right.
All right. It's time for a segment.
Shit.
One of your jobs as a host will be to deal with segments.
Okay.
Right. And since you didn't bring music, you have to sing. Like if you want to add a musical sting to it.
It's time for Spencer to update us on my backyard bee problem.
Oh, okay.
When it's time for
musical
Spencer
sting, Rob.
to
Musical
update you on the bees.
Oh, thank you, Zach.
4 wings, 6 legs.
Do you guys remember when we tried really hard?
I said musical sting.
That was okay.
And I don't think that got the full credit it deserved.
Yeah. Right.
Go ahead, Rob.
Okay,
What
do you remember when we spent like an afternoon trying to break or figure out like how to do the Austin Powers as a bee movie. We came up with, do I make you honey, bee?
Oh my God! Wait!
Wow.
Oh, beehive.
Oh, beehive.
Beehive.
Oh, beehive.
And we were like cackling, but we were just going, what would we call it? What would it be called? Austin Pollen?
Austin Pollen.
Pollen.
It's not
Austin.
nearly as good as Oh, beehive.
Buzzton.
Beehive.
Buzzton
Oh,
Pollen.
beehive.
Oh, beehive.
Do I make you honey, baby? Oh, do I make you honey? Honey maker, stinging walker.
Do I make you honey, baby?
Do I make
Were
you
you there?
honey, baby?
Who was there when we did 7 hours at the Rustic Inn about? I just got back from so and so, and my arm's tired. Were you there for that one?
No, I wasn't there.
You were there. Dan?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
How did you? I was there when we spent 7 hours reenacting what the first submarine was like. where the people built the submarine and they go, okay, we're gonna have to get our best.
We have to do what?
We have to get our best sailors. We're gonna get everybody that knows, and we're gonna put them in a lead tube and sink it. I mean, their job is to keep the boat up. And then I go, well, we can't tell them until it sinks. And so we kept redoing the like, you're gonna love it. And, you son of a bitch! I'll fucking kill you!
Let me have this goddamn thing.
Hear me out! You're gonna love what this submarine does. Jesus Christ, you bastard!
You've murdered. You've murdered all of us.
Corporal. Submarine corporal. The Navy has trained these men their entire lives to value
on top of the water.
buoyancy.
On top of the water.
You're asking them to go against everything.
Yeah, we're called
You've
sailors,
trained
not
them to-
not sinkers.
That's why we gotta keep it a secret or it's not gonna work. You son of a bitch! You guys, you're bad now, but you're gonna thank me
It's like
later.
getting BA on a plane in the A-team. I don't fly, Hannibal. And I was like, BA, we can't take a Jeep to deal with killer ants in the Yucatan. I don't care, sucker. I pity the fool that tries to make me fly. And then they're like, okay, have a glass of milk, Mr. T. You love it. And it's like, that's what they had to do with the sailors. They're like, you'll thank us at the fucking nautical Emmys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Who was the first? I mean, I know that like there was the first people that tried to make a submersible thing. They were crazy people.
They had to be German.
The first time you built a U-boat or a submarine and you put a bunch of fuckers on that thing, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's murder.
Oh, man. Gentlemen, your job is to sink.
Yeah. your job is to be...
Are you fucking kidding me? This boat is made to sink? I'm not coming near it.
Guys, don't worry. We've packed...
Hey,
30% of this boat is packed with baking soda.
Can I ask...
Stupid.
Admiral, my name is Ensign Davis. I'm noticing there's no sails on this boat.
Yeah.
There was, I believe, I may be wrong about this. There's probably historians in the audience and things, and there's probably, but I know there is a story about the Civil War. There was I think they were Confederates, if you can believe that. Those little dickens. What are they doing thinking about science? They're like, well, God said I can own people. However, we might be able to breathe underwater. Well, wait a minute. Pick a lane. All we're saying to you is one day we'll live in a fucking hive mind. But we're going to fight that a little bit.
Think about how much you have to love slavery to think that you can breathe underwater.
It's like being a flat earther so dedicated to your cause that you fucking
what are we doing
build
here,
a
people?
space program that works because you want to take pictures of the flat earth and you're like, say cheese, you round piece of shit. I know you're flat. And they're like, holy shit, you made your own spaceship. Yeah, fuck you, I'm not a dummy. It's just an accent. There's a lot of smart Southern people. Fucking oodles of them.
Yeah.
It's just a way you talk. John Oliver's got a real low-class British accent.
Yeah. What was the first? I know this, but I can't think right now. What was the first submersible in the Civil War?
There was like bathyspheres probably first, right? Which is just on a big crane, and so it's not a self-contained. It doesn't cruise around, but there were
submersibles that would use to go underwater, and they would go up to like a sailing vessel. And to attach bombs to it.
Well, the Civil War thing, I think, was that it was basically like it was a higher tech equivalent of 6 dudes putting a bathtub over their heads and carrying a spear with a bomb on the end of it. And so they could walk up to ships and that's hyperbole. Is anybody in the audience relatively?
Is anybody here in the Civil War?
That Civil War story.
Do we have any Confederates in the house tonight?
They kind of blew themselves up, but they also did accomplish a lot. It's a very twisted, strange story because there was also a bit of forensics to it. No one knows what happened down there. What happened is they succeeded in their mission and then exploded, I think is what it was, and no one knows what went wrong.
Was there a lot of naval battles during the Civil War?
Oh, yeah.
What was the? I can't. Think of
there was.
There was a bunch of. There was the ironclads, and there were also submersibles that would go and try to torpedo the.
But it was more about. I mean, it was. You're talking. It's like blockades and things because you're talking about supply lines chiefly. You're not competing for domination of the seas, except in the. But then again, that's a description of all war. It's just that there aren't a lot of famous Waterloos happening on the water. Why did it Waterloo? I always pictured Waterloo. Did Waterloo...
For the elbow. Hey, I'd rather, enough about the conquering the seas. I want to hear about conquering the bees.
Hello!
Let's go back. Yeah. Can we have that intro music again?
This is all part of that segment.
Yeah.
Hit it.
6 legs. 4 wings. 4 wings. 4 wings.
4 wings?
Pollen sacks on the knees. Carrying that cargo.
You're the bee's knees.
You're the bee's knees.
You're the bee's knees.
Motherfucker, please listen to my fleas. They don't know nothing. I'm a flea. I ain't a bee.
But pollen makes me sneeze.
Yo, Kingdom Animalia. Phylum Insectoid. What comes after phylum? King Philip eats pussy. What's the...
Eats, I think, order,
King
right?
Philip, order,
class.
Order, class.
No, class
is the order Hymenoptera?
Hymenoptera.
That's bees and ants. Okay.
Taxonomy rap.
A hymenologist, or... no,
Hell
that can't
yeah. I'm a hymenologist. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
Dr. Spencer
is
in session. I'm the hymenologist. I'll remove that shit before you... Okay.
Call the proctologist.
Spencer, what's the new deal with bees in the backyard?
We're getting rid of them. Just quickly, I looked it up. The H.L. Huntley was a 7-person...
Don't get rid of the bees. We need bees, right?
Submarine.
Isn't there...
No, we don't need bees. That's a common misconception. What do you call it? Colony collapse disorder is a natural thing that should be allowed to continue until all bees are gone. And I won't hear anything else on the subject. No, but it was a 7-man submarine that, they had a bomb spear. They sank a ship, and then they got lost before they returned. And then they basically recommissioned it.
The Monitor. That's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know
was that an
about
ironclad?
that.
Was it an ironclad or was it a submersible?
I don't know. The H.L. Huntley was the Confederate submarine. Then they did it again, and the same thing happened. They sank a ship, and the crew all died. Great times. Anyway, bees, huh? Well, the story isn't a good story. I called up this bee man, the good bee man. Okay, so last time we talked about the bees, there was this comical bee man who came and he was hammering on a wall and he wasn't getting too far. It was great. Oh boy. I had a great time. He was collecting leaves.
Where are these bees? They live in a tree? What's going on?
Oh, they live in a wall, Jeff.
Okay.
There's a retaining wall that holds back some dirt. And behind that wall are just a bunch of bees because there's like a whole... The wall is adjacent to another wall, and that wall, not the retaining wall, has a hole in it. And so the bees crawl in that hole.
Are these dangerous bees? Are these the ones?
Oh, they're the worst.
Yeah.
They sting you? Holy shit. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Never.
Never?
I've stepped on a bee, and I got stung by stepping on a bee.
That counts as that's being
yeah,
stung
but
by a bee.
that was me getting like stinging a bee by killing it.
Me and my
I've never had a bee come over and fucking.
Maybe the bee got stung by your foot.
Oh shit. He was the true bee all along.
But there's like a colony of honeybees living in my wall.
Yeah, honeybees. But
bees never did me any dirt. Bees are always just fucking minding their biz. But one time
you haven't had a colony in your house.
Minding their biz.
Bees.
I mean, come on.
Mind your own beeswax.
You don't deserve me.
I don't.
You don't.
No one deserves
me.
Minding their biz.
That's not great.
It's great.
I don't want to.
No, this is
shit on your
timeless
jokes.
comedy, Spencer. This is the kind
I think
of shit.
the time's run out.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to shit on your jokes, but
How about time?
Minding
I
their
will
biz.
if I have to.
Minding
Okay,
their
so there's a-
biz.
No, I get it. We all get it.
I'm a fucking genius.
Well, no one can argue that.
You see how easy it is to not control? Now I'm just loose as a fucking Christmas
I
goose
know.
right now.
Now
Fucking-
you know what I have to go through.
Now you're fucking, you're just torture. You know, this is the podium here, the little lectern is a fucking curse because it inhibits you.
They call it old coffin bones. That's what the very small community of comptrollers call it. I know your jargon down in the galley.
I didn't know that you were so hip
I
to
know,
our,
I know your,
our,
I know
our
your
nomenclature.
your comptroller slang that you try to use to say stuff.
It's old
time to go stand in front of old coffin bones.
Yeah.
I know that means the lectern.
Yeah.
Lectern, Clyde.
God damn. All right, so Spencer, there's a colony of honeybees living in my back wall.
How do you know they're honeybees?
Well, they have honey.
made
You
honey?
like that every which way but loose reference? I just like drop on you.
This
Thank
guy
you.
knows. 2 people in the audience.
Hey,
Yeah, somebody else is over 45.
Well, I mean, how many kinds of bees are there? Like, most of them are honeybees, right? Otherwise, they're like wasps or some shit.
Yeah.
There's bumblebees.
Now you're being
yellow jackets.
Those are, there's
We
those
used
guys.
to call what are actually wasps. We called those bees in Milwaukee. We were just like, oh, it's a bee, but those were wasps, the yellow jackets, right? What are yellow jackets?
Well, there's
Those
yellow
are-
jackets. For what I understand, this is all great. People guessing about bugs. To me, the wasps are those giant ones that have the super long limbs and the super kind of extended
Hornets. Yeah.
stingers.
Those hornets?
I would call those wasps, but I don't know.
We got a real.
I would say yellow jackets are hornets, basically. But I mean, I don't know.
Too.
There's not one entomologist in the audience. Not even like a.
We don't got a Confederate scholar.
we've got
don't
no
got an
Confederates.
entomologist.
No
What
Confederates.
do you people do? You're not very specialized.
You don't know about bugs and you don't support slavery? What the fuck?
We're gonna find out what you're good at tonight.
What do you think?
It kills you.
What do you think is the common denominator of these people out here? Like, what do you think?
They're all morticians. I don't know. They seem like nice people. I don't know what. I mean,
Who plays recreational highlight?
2 people.
2 people. Okay.
2 people.
Only 2 people.
All right, we're getting there. We're tracking down a trail of clues over here.
It's like Guess Who.
All right,
I know,
so
it's David.
yeah, so there's a bunch of honeybees living in the back wall.
Yeah, we had a guy out. He was like, "Oh, you didn't tell me there was a wall." I was like, "I definitely told you there's a wall."
That happened again?
No.
Okay.
This time around, so before that guy came, we had the guy from this company came. He looked like he was 16, and like I know I must be getting old because I'm like, "You're an adult. You can have a job or something."
And he's like, "Fuck you!" And you're like, "You can be offended by being called young?" Yeah, when you're young.
"Yeah."
All right.
You have to be
I'll
really
make a
young.
note of
Now,
that.
is
So they're
it a
not
bee
people who
problem
like
that
that.
these bees are concerned? Like, are you worried about?
Yeah, what's the
What's the fucking?
what's the 411
What's your fucking
on this?
problem?
Do you
with
guys
these
have
bees?
yards?
Come on.
All I know is that these electronic doofuses are trying to like run wire somewhere so they can make my doorbell connect to just a gun that shoots me in the face. And they're I don't have I can't look them in the eyes to tell them they're working on a house that no one lives in anymore, and because I feel like
Allison might have let that slip.
I feel like this is their purgatory. They deserve to work on this house until they die. And so I don't talk to them, but I guess they're stringing wire back there, and they needed to go through a wall, and one of the walls had bees in it, so they immediately quit, ran away, and said, "Enjoy your doorbell," and like they're waiting for us to deal with bees so they can.
Is it
run the wire?
This is the new house or the
old
old house?
The old house.
I'm never doing anything like this again at any house I ever live in.
You're just gonna get 12 boom boxes.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So these guys are afraid of bees.
Why do you gotta wire the wall?
I don't have to. I don't even want to be there anymore.
Be there.
He doesn't want to be there.
Thank you.
You just want to mind your own business.
Hey, is this bit work? I mean, okay.
No.
Let me ask. And tell me if I'm not the first person to do this, because it's probably hack. So, okay, it's not called show biz, it's called chauffeur.
Chauffeur?
Hey, buddy. It's not called show biz. It's called show. Oh, I fucked it up.
No, yeah.
I fucked it up. It's not called
Show friends. Friendship. Wait.
Now, what is the thing where you help me workshop this for Comic-Con? It's not called show. It's called show biz, not show fun.
Right.
So, or show business. It's called show fun.
Right.
I fucked it up again. I got way too high.
Well, because for you it is fun.
You got high too?
Yes.
Rob, when is Comic-Con? How many days from Comic-Con?
It's next week, right?
Is it next week?
I think next
Shit.
Thursday.
You got to
Friday.
get your fucking act together.
I gotta
man.
get a new outfit.
Someone said 12.
What are you going to wear as the panel?
Let's let the audience decide.
You have to dress as Ryan Ridley.
I dress out as Ryan Ridley with my sunglasses on my head and sleeves rolled up and right.
Wait, walk me back through the show business joke.
Okay, it's like it's called show business, not show fun.
Fun.
It's not called show biz. It's called show fun.
That's not even how I understand that.
Yeah, I've never heard
thing.
show
I
fun.
hear people go like, it's not called show friends. It's called show business.
Right.
They don't abbreviate it and they don't say fun.
I hear fun all the time. Seinfeld said
because it's a constant problem in Hollywood. People having too much fun and it getting in the way of business. No. It's people having friendships. That's the thing that gets in the way.
Okay. All right.
It's an agent that made up this thing.
All right.
It was like, hey, it's not called show friends.
So you're saying don't open with this?
No.
Well, because yours goes backwards and no one knows.
Hey,
it's not called show business, which it is.
I screwed it up.
It's called chauffeur.
Yeah, I screwed it up.
It's like a Steve Martin thing, but it's not. You need to take the same Steve Martin absurdism and put it on a different area entirely. Like where you go, like, two lefts don't make two wrongs don't make a right. They make a wrong. Like that's the formula. Do it over there. Safer.
Interesting.
Wouldn't
Okay.
if we're going to do the bee thing,
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
Apparently, in the backyard of Dan's house,
Okay.
they don't call it
Oh, he's going to do
show
a bee
business. They call it show bees knees. Show bees. We're just spitballing. We're workshopping.
Oh.
We're going to get this right.
That's not the final
show
draft.
bees knees.
Dr. Beeville.
Doc.
Dr. Beeville.
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 Yeah.
Bee.
Dr. Beeville. Right. Okay. Right. $1 million.
Oh, right. The Austin Powers.
$1 million.
Are you doing Carl Sagan?
$100. $1 million. $1,000.
Oh, that's the amount.
$100.
Oh, shit.
$10. $1 million.
Rob's putting his finger in different
So it's all based on
places.
where you put the pinky on your face.
Well, yeah. What is it based on your face? How did your face?
What? Where would you put 75 cents? Like, what's the pinky equivalent of like 75 cents?
Well, if this is 10, 75 cents.
You guys are having a good time.
Is this
throw
still,
me a freaking bone.
is it still
man.
possible to find Jaws 4 on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Not on YouTube, in my apartment.
God damn it! Do you guys, who by applause knows what Jaws 4 is?
Who by applause knows what piece of anatomy is heavily featured?
Well, the same people, probably.
About half.
That was the beginning.
I think it was the best thing that's ever happened. We were having lunch at Home Restaurant on Hillhurst, and it was the Dan, Rob, Tallman, and I, right? Maybe Robin Roth.
Yeah.
And we all said, let's make. No one had ever seen Jaws 4. We knew that. I think that we knew that Mario Van Peebles was in it.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine was in it, and that's all we knew. And then we all said, meet back at Rob's place at 3:00, and everybody make Jaws 4, and whoever gets closest wins to what we think happened. And
Because we're going to watch it.
we're gonna watch
right
it all. And we got to Rob's place, and I remember knocking on the door because it was the apartment I used to live in. So and I knock on the door, and I hear Rob laughing, and he's so high, you can just feel the weed going on. And he goes, "Oh God, just give me 5 minutes." And his Jaws 4, Dan came closest. Dan actually came closest to the actual story.
Dan did an animated, like, really impressive thing. It's super funny.
And you kind of got close to what the actual story structure was. Rob put a piece of duct tape on his penis and made a shark fin with the numeral 4 on it. And he put like a little eyeball on the head of his dick to make a shark called Jaws 4. And he fucked a lemon. Or was it orange or a lemon?
It was
like an orange.
It was an orange, but it was, kind
It
of...
came off lemony in the because you did a color pass on it.
Right.
No. It was all in camera.
Yeah, so it was like
really-
he had 2 oranges on pencils, and one was Michael Caine and one was Catherine Deneuve for no reason.
Yeah, because... yeah.
And
So fucking stoned doing it.
and so we're all sitting around watching this thing, and then at one point Jaws 4 comes in and it's Rob's.
Well, first you get to meet Michael Caine, who for no reason talks like this. I'm Michael Caine.
Talks like this.
I gotta find that shark there. I'm Catherine Deneuve, and I hope. And it's like a orange with a
Shut up, woman.
feminine like kissy face on it, and then the Michael Caine one is just like square glasses.
Yeah, he's
and-
got the
I'm Michael Caine.
the Ipcris files
Yeah.
of the Get
Yeah, yeah.
Carter, like the fucking big.
So they're on
square
a boat
glasses.
against like this construction paper ocean that's like
you
like
shot it
Wes
all-
Anderson-y like before.
You shot all. You didn't go back and edit it because you were just shooting it like.
Yeah, it was all in camera edits.
camera edits.
Yeah.
And I could hear you laughing. It's like, I almost got it. I've almost got it. And it's like, shut up, woman. We're going to get that shark. No, I hope there's no sharks up there. Oh, I'm Catherine Deneuve. And then the shark comes in, and it's his dick. And he's got a duct tape fin on it.
It's Schrab going duh, 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 and his pants are around his thighs. And his shirt's like kind of pulled up like a fucking gross porn star would
But
like pull up his shirt the
you're-
bare minimum. Like,
your
and he's like going
your
through his
penis-
own construction paper ocean. It's like the duality of man-child. Like, look, I made a whole ocean so I could fucking like my dick is a shark.
I was trying to get a hard on.
Yeah, but you can't because you can't.
You halfway succeeded.
You can't fluff it because you have an impressive penis, and I think it's Sarah Silverman herself. So like you should be very proud of your
It's
penis.
a
But you
half
can't.
to message.
You can't keep a.
I'm kind of glad I didn't because it would have been really like,
Yeah.
But
why are you
I don't think it's-
still
I don't think
hard
it's-
doing this?
I don't think it's
because
funny
you can't fluff
hard.
yourself while you have like you're.
And I was under pressure. You guys were outside in the hall.
But you have a little eyeball, taped like.
I was losing the light.
Yeah, you're losing your light. It was last looks.
Yeah,
And you gotta-
it was like, we
you
got to do it in
can't-
one.
You can't fluff
Do it
it. Well,
once.
you're going to ruin the costume if you try to fucking fluff it.
Yeah.
And so you're digging. I would give it I will say you were kind of like 40% there.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but then the final is it a spoiler if I tell you what happens at the end?
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
No.
So at the end, you hear Michael Caine go, and it's Rob stuffing his now mostly flaccid shark Jaws 4 penis into a hole he had cut into the orange, and it's him fucking Michael Caine in the mouth.
And then the shark withdraws from the artificially gouged stunt mouth.
Right.
Yeah, he had a standby orange with a stunt mouth carved in it that would be the size.
It wasn't the hero orange. It was the stunty orange.
And Rob's flaccid penis withdraws from that hole.
There's a little bit of
which
drip.
Memorably,
there's a drippy
in 720p resolution, the TV cameras of the time, a slight string of either citrus or what have you, briefly connects the subject from the object as it withdraws, and it's got cartoon eyes glued on it for its final shot of the segment as voiced by Schrab looks at Catherine Deneuve and says, "Mind your own business, woman." Finn.
It's the greatest work you've ever done.
And then
so
Sarah
good.
Silverman said, "I want that guy to direct my pilot."
That was it.
That was it.
The Sarah Silverman program. She chose Rob to direct the Sarah Silverman program off of Jaws 4.
There's that. Yeah, and that's what started my career as a director.
I forgot that awesome coda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She
great.
put it in her book. She put it in her book.
She put it in her book.
She put it in her book.
Yeah, nobody was on the internet yet. It was we thought it was a hole where you threw stuff
Cain, who
that
said
was
to Abel.
Bad.
That
Never
video was
Never got
in the book.
in Sarah Silverman's book.
That video was on the internet while you were working on Lego 2.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy to think about.
It was also, and Comedy Central did this, they put it on their front page because we...
Jaws 4?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I think somebody went, oh, haha, because it was on 101 for some reason for a really long time. And then the Comedy Central probably didn't watch it. They go, oh, this is a sample of what Sarah looked at to get it, and put it up there. And then there's this comments going, holy shit, not safe for work, man. There's a dick in this. What are you gonna fucking name?
The dick is the title character. Also, I love that Jaws. People call the shark Jaws, or people call Bruce Willis Die Hard, even though that wasn't his name.
Yeah.
His name was John McClane.
Well, the whole thing starts with Jaws waking up in the morning, and there's a roaster crewing, and that's when you first see Rob's dick is the shark, and it goes over to a half-eaten bowl, a bowl of cereal with only milk and a couple Fruit Loops in it, and Rob's dick goes, "What the hell? Michael Caine ate all my cereal."
Oh. Wait.
I'm going to get my revenge on him because the movie was called Jaws 4 The Revenge.
So wait, who's the protagonist? Is it Jaws 4 or is it Michael Caine or Catherine Deneuve?
Well,
Michael
Caine's the one who changes the most.
That question's viability is the sign of art.
He certainly does. He changes from not having a dick in his mouth to having a dick in his mouth.
Yes, that's true.
Also,
Caine has slightly more of an arc, yes. Yeah.
Michael Caine ate all my cereal.
Shut up, woman. There's a line of dialogue that I won't repeat because there's one thing that
it's problematic in this era.
But I was talking to Steve Agee. Steve Agee did a Channel 101 thing, which I won't even say what it is.
Don't tell it because he wants that to go away. He doesn't.
We can't talk about it. But there's something that he cannot get off of IMDb of something that he's done that was Channel 101 when everything was just fun, and now it's the kind of shit that can ruin you, and he cannot expunge that from history.
Yeah.
I mean, but you, what was the one where you fucked the baby and the cat?
Oh, what was that?
Let's not go there.
What was that again?
Water and power.
Water and power.
Yeah, I definitely fucked a baby in the Channel 101 video. And then they were like, hey, look at this. And I was like, why are you making everyone look at that? Because you should be fired. I'm like, well, yeah, if that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I shouldn't work. Like, why are you doing that? Yeah, check it out. I didn't say Siri anything to turn your wallet off. Anyways, yeah.
Recording.
Fun on the internet.
Yeah, somebody was actually trying to record that, get you busted again.
Microphone.
Is TMZ her?
Roseanne revenge. My God, Roseanne got fired.
Dan got Roseanne fired. They had to take action.
How come you fired Roseanne? You don't fire this guy. You guys love Roseanne. Give me a break. There's a fucking liar in this room. Anyways, I was thinking while I was floating in my pool today how grateful I am that right before I became like too ridiculously privileged to like be charismatic that I got like that send off. It was like no one's ever gonna like you fucking dork. And I was like, oh good, because I was just getting to that point where I would have to either give to charity or feel like a monster. And I'm just floating in my pool going, I don't have to do anything. Everyone picked on me the whole time. The net result, I can leave that paper trail in my own head.
But do you give to charity?
No, you're not listening to me. Like I don't have to do anything ever. People are mean. Like they're mean if you're nice. They're mean if you're honest. They're mean if you're. People are gross and mean. You don't have to love them or trust them. You don't have to get up in the morning and set your watch by what they give a fuck about. Like they're not real. They're bad people. So if you accidentally trip over a rock and there's $1 million under it, you can actually sleep like a baby that night if you don't spend it on cheeseburgers that fall from drones over the poorest neighborhood.
I think if you as the audience can take one thing away tonight, it's whatever the fuck Dan just said right now. Truer words.
Rob, you should try pandering to Rick and Morty fans. I mean, truly.
Give me an example of pandering to Rick and Morty fans.
Well, you guys are more adorable than Mr. Poopy Butthole. Like just literally just go like, oh man, that's more helpful than Mr. Me Seeks. Like they'll fucking lose their fuck. That's what Dan meant with this switch. Like you just go, the gun that shoots portals, and people will be like, ah.
Why did Rob get the job and not Spencer? This guy fucking seems ready to roll.
Yeah, why would anyone not want me to do that?
You're on deck, man. I wasn't part of this meeting.
I was not being serious.
How did this come about? Who was chosen? Like who chose who?
I thought Dan requested me, and I said
wrong.
Sure.
No.
Who would you want? Who would you want?
I don't know. I don't care.
Want?
It was pitched to me, and I was like, "That's fine."
Who did it? Well, Rob.
I said, "There's no such thing as a bad idea."
I thought you wanted me to be there with you.
Who did it before you, Rob? Who did last year?
Yeah, name the last moderator.
I don't know.
No, it's such an honor.
You do know, don't you? You were researching.
I don't remember.
Not by name, but
it was
some guy.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh boy.
I don't recognize him. He's on a really popular show that I don't.
Did they do a bad job? Is that why you're doing it this time?
I don't know. They asked me, and I said yes. And I thought, if my friend wants me there to be with him, I'm gonna try to do my best to support him.
Let's bring out Steve Levy.
Yeah, get to the bottom of this.
Steve Levy! Music.
What up, Levy? Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy.
Was it your idea?
Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy.
It was the
Stephen Levy. Stephen Levy.
Thank you for that intro. You're gonna crush at Comic-Con.
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna crush at Comic-Con.
God, what if I do?
This could be your big break.
This could be it. This could be a real fucking game changer for you, right?
Was it your pitch, Schrab?
Unfortunately, it wasn't my pitch. The network came to me and said, hey, we've seen Rob Schrab moderate things before. We really like that guy. You think he'd be interested? And I said,
okay, well, I'll take
let
that.
me check.
You got fans upstairs.
Well, that's good. That's good. So you're just tolerating my presence.
He always is.
So
I'm not, okay.
Dan and Justin both approved you doing the moderation.
Totally
All right,
approved.
Good.
It was in a
been
text
awkward
message.
if Justin did and Dan.
And
that's okay,
the previous moderator was one of the impractical jokers.
Yeah, just some
Brian
guy.
Quinn?
Brian Quinn.
What are you
Good guy.
doing, Martin Quinn? I want to be doing some singing to Martin Quinn. What is that? What is that song?
Is Mojo Nixon?
Yeah, Martha Quinn. Do you know what
Is
I'm
that
talking
Eating
about?
Martha's Muffin? No, Stuff in Martha's Muffin by
How's the song go?
by
How's the
Mojo
song
Nixon.
go?
I'm assuming you're talking about Stuff in Martha's Muffin by Mojo Nixon.
Yeah. It's a Mojo Nixon.
I met Mojo Nixon once in Austin, Texas, and he was everything you wanted.
Awesome.
What are you talking about?
Mojo Nixon.
Mojo Nixon. If you got,
Mojo Nixon.
if you don't got Mojo Nixon, then your store could use some fixing.
Okay.
That's,
I never said it could.
He did
that's,
the song "Elvis Is Everywhere." Is that a Mojo Nixon song? Am I right?
Oh, he's a
I
music
think
guy.
so.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
I don't know.
He's practicing
Who's saying,
hosting.
who's saying Punk Rock Girl?
That's Dead Milkman.
Dead Milkman, yes.
Oh,
In
hell
that one,
yeah.
they go, we
I like
went to a
those
record
guys.
store. We asked for Mojo Nixon. They said, he don't work here. They said, if you got Mojo Nixon, then your store could use some fixing.
I like that song, Stuart. By them, you know that kid Stuart. You know that it goes like that. That was the precursor to Rick from Rick and Morty, I think.
Is it right?
Yeah, he sounds just like him. They're in
There's
it with
this-
the aliens.
This,
They're building
this show
landing
is taking
strips.
flight.
No, I know.
I think this is we're making fucking
Come on, you
podcast
can't.
gold right now.
You can't create your own crisis and then be the hero. Like if that guy with the mustache was like, "Hey, Chernobyl's is pretty poorly made." You're like, you made the test go up to 3 Radcliffes, whatever the.
Who is
Radcliffe's.
who is your
Radcliffe's.
They
Radcliffe.
measured it in Radcliffe's?
Yes.
How many Radcliffes?
How many Radcliffes?
Remember, it was like
Jesus
2.6
Christ.
Radcliffes. That's there was like a running joke in the beginning.
Like
Like,
Rungson,
Yeah.
Flungmans, Rumpkins. Pumpkins.
I thought that was very interesting. Isn't that kind of like almost like a funny, like a bizarro DC thing where it's like, oh yeah, what do we call it? We call it like what? It's just a name of some dude, right? Like what is it? Like when you're the clicks that you get, Geiger. Like I'm sure there's like a Geiger is probably a capitalist, and like they have their own Geiger because nuclear energy is a modern thing. It's post like this stance, so they're not gonna measure it in whatever the fuck we do.
Did people really
That is
wear the
kinda
lead thong? Where they put the fucking found lead and make a little bikini out of
I
it
hope
and
so.
to protect their balls? Like they thought that was going to work?
It didn't hurt.
To what extent is that like? Yeah, I wonder if there's proper actual science to that idea that you're most vulnerable to radiation in your reproductive organs. That makes sense scientifically.
It certainly couldn't hurt.
or
as
I don't want to
Spencer
say it
said,
makes
yeah.
sense because I don't.
I think their whole
but I mean,
body
like,
would
it sounds like it
deteriorate
makes sense.
except their dick. You know,
That's
like
what they
just-
want.
Who is
they're
your
just
favorite?
like
Who is
Jell-O
your
people.
favorite gravelly voiced character on Chernobyl?
Obviously, the guy that looked a little bit like Bill Murray, the guy that was like,
Which one was
the
that?
guy, the one of the 3, the
I like the guy who shot dogs good. And he's like, don't shoot the dogs badly, or I'll shoot you badly.
Did you wonder why they needed us to?
Shoot the dogs?
Well, like to be part of all that, I guess it was just, and I'm not dinging it. I'm just like, did you think for any part of that? Were you kind of like, I get it, because it's sort of like they want to give you a full portrait of a crisis that happened because people reserved political and literal power for their control, and then when that melts down, if those people aren't responsible, it trickles down to a fucking dog. I
didn't watch the series.
all right. What's
When it melts down.
I listened to my roommate watch it. I heard so many dogs getting shot.
It was really well done. I'm going out on a limb here by recommending you watch Chernobyl.
It's very good. It's very well done.
I watched it because all of you were watching it. So I'm telling you why Chernobyl's good.
I liked it quite a bit.
Did you like the part where they shot all the dogs?
No, I fast forward over it.
That makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
This guy can't watch that.
No,
I know I can watch people fucking dying horribly, but if they start
they're
shooting
asking
puppies,
for it.
Okay, so Levy.
Yeah.
Are you still a good guy?
I would hope so.
Okay.
You went to Waldron's bachelor party. You want to give us some
you went to the
scandal?
Bahamas,
Well, give
right?
me some scandal.
Yeah, we went to the Bahamas. I don't know how.
The Bahamas?
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
to the Atlantis. We were in Atlantis.
What?
The big ass water park thing?
Yeah, the one where
Oh.
you see all the commercials and you go down the slides through the shark tanks.
That who chose that? He?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So you,
There was
so,
20 guys there to
and
celebrate Waldron's
you went to a
future
water
marriage.
park.
Did you
no,
fuck
it's
a
a fancy
fish?
hotel. What?
But it's got the big water slide thing. You go through a pyramid and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. This water park just seems like a great way to get all the hepatitis.
There was a lazy river.
Those are so fun.
It was
Holy
actually
shit.
pretty fun.
It's like swimming without trying.
They don't
Yeah,
put any effort.
and they had like little rapids, so it felt like
Man, that sounds fun.
Were the
little more
children there? Was it all?
Is it
There was-
rapid or is it lazy? I mean, make up your mind, River. Come
Pick a
on.
lane, Atlantis.
Yeah, the little rapids, but you're lazy. I mean, come on.
we were at the adults hotel, and then there were the kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
the adults.
Where the lotion goes on.
Yeah.
Never had a real jealousy of the people on the lazy river at the hotels that boast those.
yeah.
But I do like the concept. I wouldn't take it away from anybody.
Right.
But I'd really like to go on an inner tube actual river thing where it wasn't a lazy river, because actually, ironically, I think that would play on a lot of my social anxieties, because it's not lazy in terms of like if you're going in a figure eight around a hotel, like you're like, I'm on the lazy river, but like, where's Kyle? You know, like
Kyle
like,
was on the lazy river.
and then it's
we
like,
went
well,
with a guy
should
named
I?
Kyle.
Am I going to be uncool if I like back splash so that I slow down for Kyle? And he's going to be like, dude, it's a lazy river. Don't be clingy.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
am I supposed to speed ahead and maybe I'll lap Kyle? And then like,
I
if
actually
you're on a
had these
business
exact
trip,
thoughts.
there's 8 Kyles. And then you're like, why? This is no lazy river.
Yeah,
This is an exercise in
We
frustration.
got shot down at different times, so I actually was like, "Oh, are they gonna get too far ahead of me?"
Yeah.
I paddled. I
But
did.
for some reason, in my mind, that would be way more doable if you were on an actual river, because then it's like you'd be like, "Oh man, I'm way behind," or "I'm way ahead," and there is no like kind of. You're like, "Well, that's kind of analogous to life."
Is it lazy all year long? I mean, like, if like
There was a CSI Miami where a shark from one of the Shark Tank at one resort casino somehow ended up in the lazy river of another casino hotel. That was the cold open.
call in
A
the
shark attack in the lazy river. It's like one of the sharks was transplanted from one casino's
What
tank
show was
to
this?
another. I think it was CSI Miami, because it was like
There's no way a
David
shark could live in
Caruso.
a
That's
lazy
David
river.
Caruso,
It's like
right? And then he
eating
ended like
chlorine.
going like, looks like I don't know what he would have said. We're gonna need a bigger casino.
We're gonna need a lazier boat.
But I was like, wow. Now I get what if this is every episode of this fucking show. But wait, why were they in Las Vegas? Why was CSI Miami in Las Vegas? Never mind. Probably a different show.
Why was it? Why did the Brady Bunch go to Hawaii? It's fucking.
why is there an Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas?
Hello.
Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
In case he got a hole in one.
What?
Damn, he was ready for that.
Yep. Well,
Wait, how is y'all's 4th of July? Did you guys talk about that? You talk about that earthquake?
We didn't talk about either of those things.
talk about no earthquake.
There's a rolling earthquake, man.
You guys ready for that big one?
7.1. I spent all day. I spent all morning Saturday going through Kate and I's emergency kits. Where did you keep your emergency kit, Dan?
Tell you what, my emergency kit's
I got a gun. I'll shoot the danger.
I'll shoot the plate tectonics. I'll just
shoot
shoot
the
him.
earthquake.
I'll shoot him with my gun.
Go shoot it with
Hello,
my
earthquake.
I'm gonna shoot
Hello,
it.
7.1. I got a 45.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
shoot you.
Shoot it.
That's funny.
I'm gonna shoot the
7.1. Shoot you in right in the fault
You
line.
guys laugh, but Dan has so much water stored up. Like, you're going to run out of your fucking bags of water in like 20 minutes.
But isn't all that water like just unhealthy because it's like been sitting there in 5-gallon plastic jugs forever?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you'll certainly die of cancer instead of in the apocalypse.
I'll be an old man on the porch telling us, and that's before the new California Republic started their double reconstruction. Like, but I'll have like a tumor the size of an eggplant in my shoulder from drinking like
But you can
sparklets.
you can take your gun out and shoot your cancer.
They say there's the two kinds of earthquakes.
Is that too
There's
much?
the,
Was that too far?
Oh, I was saying
Was
that
that
was
too far?
fucking good, man.
Oh, thank you.
That was a
Thank you.
fucking solid.
You are so.
That's a
you're gonna
good burn.
You're gonna
man.
rock it at the fucking Comic-Con, man.
thanks.
You're
Thank
gonna
you so
fucking
much.
nail it.
Thank you so much.
You are
man.
fucking killing it, bro.
Oh, man, thank you.
Killing
Thank you.
it.
You're killing it. too.
Killing it.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
They say there's two kinds of earthquakes. There's like the rumbling, rolling thing where
Yeah.
you're like sitting there swaying, which is the only kind I've ever experienced because I got here just after the Northridge quake, but the Northridge quake is the other kind,
A jolter.
right? Where it just goes boom and like you're like people fly out of their beds.
You were around for that. What was that like?
Oh man,
What was that like for you, man?
dude, I would fucking own that one, man.
Yeah. Right. Tell me.
Tell us of the Northridge quake.
Yeah.
What time of day was it? Was that nighttime or daytime?
Well, we weren't here yet.
Huh? Daytime. There was one where I was in the shower and nearly broke my neck. Where it jolted and I like completely like took a spill in the shower, and got up and it just everything was just warping and bending. That was a fucking bad one. That might have been Northridge.
That would suck. That would suck.
No. That was the Whittier Narrows. I lived in Whittier for the Whittier Narrows one, and that was like we were pretty close to the epicenter of that one. And I remember driving to school that day, and I looked at buildings, and all the glass in the windows was just like, waving. It was really wild.
Now, okay, answer some.
Meow. 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 Meow.
Oh, meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow. Meow. Henrietta Pussycat. Meow. 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 What's happening? Meow.
Go on, Dan. What were you saying?
You were saying you're sorry.
These fucking stools are the most uncomfortable
Aren't they the pieces of shit?
You suck ass.
Pieces of shit.
You're fucking terrible.
You fucking
Give me a stool. These
dude,
things.
70
Who
episodes.
bought
You
these
can't get
fucking
cushions on the goddamn
fucking
chair.
We probably
Horrible.
took those from like the other show.
Yeah,
Like,
these are
we've always used
Nobody's
those.
supposed to be sitting in those longer than an hour.
All right, go ahead, Dan. What are you saying?
A high chair for pain.
Well, here are some. Here's a new segment. It's called Dan Harmon's
kitty.
Earthquake Suppositions.
Music sting. Music sting.
Dan Cummins earthquake supposition.
Yeah.
Dan Harmon earthquake supposition.
Yeah, you know.
Meow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good theme song. I think that this segment's gonna be coming back just for the.
Yeah, this already has legs.
Might be one of those.
We'll
Yeah.
end it. We'll end the segment too.
Here's a couple things in my old age that I've come to assume about earthquakes. Number one.
How many are there, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. But we can say 7, and if I got a riff,
You want
3.
to count it down? Or you want to count it up from 1 to
right. Let's do
Let's do
7. Dan Harmon's 7 earthquake suppositions.
Hit it, Zach.
Dan Harmon 7. Earthquake
Hey, girl.
supposition.
You ever have 6 suppositions about something? Well, guess what?
Dan
You just got a +1.
earthquake supposition.
Yo. My name is Bad Dog Johnson. I just got out of the joint. I'm gonna rake.
Why did they let Mad Dog Johnson out? Wait, well, what was Mad Dog Johnson in for?
I don't know.
But was it rape?
I think if you were listening to that theme song, I think what you heard is commonly known in the audio industry as that was a glitch where you're actually hearing a tail on a recording session. Where sometimes the theme song for a segment actually also was used by a record label for what they call walk-ins. And I guess the Mad Dog Johnson, I guess you heard a little
more than we bargained
when
for.
You buy it, when you buy your theme song, your segment themes in bulk, you end up with a couple pig anuses in your calamari. The cheaper it is, like the more it is, like same shape, and then it's like I guess that's what we were hearing there, and I don't know if it'll be in the final edit, but yeah, I have the same questions as you. Why did they let him out? How did he make parole?
Why was he? Look, I'll put myself in the shoes of Mad Dog Johnson. If I've just gotten released from prison, I'm certainly not going to rap about my upcoming rape.
And that's the other question, of course, is that what he said? I'm gonna rape. It was kind of like.
No, it's certainly what he said. It's Mad Dog Johnson.
Was he like second guessing himself?
The thing is,
was he about to say?
I actually just went through the court files.
Raise up.
He was only in he was only in prison for tax fraud, but he got institutionalized, and now he's going to go out and commit a series
That's why it's important to know what he was
crimes.
In for,
right?
Because we don't want to judge convicts if they got out, but if he was in for tax evasion and he got out for good behavior, then there's probably a misunderstanding happening here. Mad Dog Johnson.
He just admitted he was going to go rape people.
But if he was in for murder and he wasn't supposed to get out.
Right.
Yeah, it informs everything. Yeah,
okay.
well, look.
All right. Revolving door.
We buy in volume here.
Okay. All right. So anyway,
the segment is Dan Harmon's top seven earthquake suppositions.
Top 7 earthquake suppositions.
All right, number 7.
Number 7. We're coming in hot. Number 7, Dan Harmon's top 7 earthquake suppositions.
I suppose.
This is number 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
That if you're gonna die in an earthquake, by something falling on top of you, that's also how you're gonna wake up. That like in my 30s, I was very scared about, oh God, the big earthquake, and it's like, oh my God, shit can fall on you. And now in my 40s, I'm kind of like, wait a minute, like. There's 2 kinds of earthquakes. There's like rock and roll, and like that. Those are damaging. We see the grocery stores and like the fucking ragu is falling everywhere. The fatalities can occur in the rolling thunder thing. I mean, that is a huge amount of fucking motion.
When
and
I think
energy.
of all the lost ragu,
but the earthquakes that result in like I think in like disasters, like global, where things are collapsed. This is my supposition
that you're going to
because I didn't research it at all. This is my supposition is that those society profits.
We have 6 more of these, you guys.
Who made that fucking straw sound? Who did that? Who went? Come on, own it. And so, okay, what did you? Was that critical, or were you kind of like, just? I don't want to tell you what to tell me, but if you can just pretend that it was. Say,
nobody did anything.
No, he's raising his finger. He's being. We're. You and it was like it's okay if it was mostly.
Can you do the sound again? Because I missed it.
I missed it too.
Yeah. Okay.
Half of that's a lot of drinking.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Is that I'll own one half of it. Is that you were kind of like, Jesus Christ, this fucking fat idiot. Yeah, but I want you to just pallbear the other half where you're like, also I've had a lot of Coronas. I'm like, I don't need this. Yeah, fucking bros. See?
Okay.
I just needed that.
What was the sound that you heard?
All right, let me get back to my
fucking thing. It was
fucking
like an exhale.
I think that in an earthquake that's gonna fucking kill you by dropping shit on your head, I'm not saying don't prepare for earthquakes. I'm just saying in a nihilistic sense, I think what they're not telling us is that when the earthquake's that big, like no amount of shoes and flashlights next to your bed are gonna stop you from having a cinder block on your head. That is how you wake up in an earthquake that kills you. Is the thing that kills you.
You're waking up dead because the cinder block is on you?
I say that optimistically because I think a lot of our worst nightmares are like thoughts of like where people are like, because we hear survivors' horror stories.
Number 6.
Okay. Thank you. Are we? We're because you're like,
Rob,
you sobered me up,
Yeah,
and you're moving it on, and we're like, yeah, we need each other. I could use a guy to kick my ass around here. And it should be my shadow self. I can only see your silhouette, but you're basically me, except you're less afraid of the color turquoise. Like that's all I know about you. Like I'm just like I could never take that risk. Like that's too outgoing. And you're like I'm not on stage. I don't care. Turquoise. Give me a turquoise shirt. You fuck. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is it even turquoise?
I'm kidding.
Number 6.
Okay, number 6. Fuck, I think I'm out of them. Okay, all right, number 6.
You could do a speed round from 6 to 2.
Number 6. There's no such thing as earthquake weather. That's not a thing. That's
all right,
pop
number
science.
6. Number 5.
Number 5. The thing that you really need to be afraid of is called liquefaction. It's when you're in a moister area than dry, because earthquakes can then create instant quicksand that will suck your body or house or golf cart instantly down
Or golf cart.
into the earth. And as quickly as it happens, the dirt reconstitutes as dirt. You are fucking Han Solo'd alive. And it's going to happen to Portland.
I think Han Solo was Han Solo'd alive too.
Okay, well, that's just a supposition.
Number 4.
Number 4, earthquakes.
Number 3.
Okay. Well, and so
We're zipping along now. We got like a.
I almost breathed out.
earthquakes are like when people start worrying about aftershocks. As long as the next one isn't bigger, you're done. If the first one didn't destroy anything, and then the second one is smaller than the first one, take that string off the back of your TV. Fucking ride bareback for a while. Well, watch HBO with like a fucking unearthquake-proof TV
What the fuck
with
is
like
a
that
string
special
on a
nail.
TV? Who puts a string on a TV?
You guys don't know how to earthquake-proof your TV?
What?
I've never been more embarrassed for you in my life. You're supposed to.
Do you have a string on your TV?
You're supposed to. Fuck no. But I'm just. All right.
Yeah, he's okay, but
This guy started a sentence by meowing earlier, so I'm not gonna fucking take
But like
earthquake prep.
there was an earthquake, and then they remember when they said like that was a foreshock, not an aftershock, because the next one was bigger.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck. That was the time to panic, because it was like, is this a foreshock? It could be. We won't know until the next one's even bigger.
Where do you?
But
put
if the next one's smaller, you can jump into a lattice of jumper cables that are all gingerly
Connected.
arranged to only make contact with the leads that touch your body.
Where do you put the string on the TV, and what are you putting the string?
You're supposed to just anchor your tippable furniture to the wall with a screw and a stud. This is especially for people that have, kids and pets, because a relatively non-disastrous earthquake can tip a bookcase, which can be a... This isn't funny, Steve.
I'm looking at Spencer. He's leaning his...
Wait, what? I'm not... This isn't easy to agree with. You
I didn't do nothing. I'm having a great time.
Number 2.
I didn't do anything.
Number 2. We are
Okay.
2 away from the Dan Harmon's top 7 suppositions about earthquakes.
Dying...
And the number 1 earthquake supposition.
It's not. The important things to have for an earthquake have less. You should have condoms
Right.
and like a lot of shoes.
I truly think a gun is a good thing, because then you just roll into a fucking store and be like, give me all the stuff. It's an earthquake. I need this for my family.
Oof.
Have you ever fired your gun, actually?
No.
He's afraid that it'll explode.
I cleaned it. It's a deadly weapon.
It's supposed
and not in the
to
good way.
explode out the barrel.
Right. That's what might
You're
not
afraid that you
happen.
cleaned it wrong, and you
Of
might
course, I
have
cleaned it wrong.
Why did you clean it if you haven't fired it?
I always wanted to clean a gun.
So
Never
now
wanted to fire one.
What kind of gun is it?
It's a Glock.
Clean. and broken. I'm sure of it.
Clean and dangerous.
Oh.
Wow.
All right. Number 1 earthquake supposition.
Yeah.
I just learned that gas lines have earthquake sensors on them.
Yeah. Dan's hot water went out, and we didn't know why. And I called a guy, and he was like, "I'm going to check your earthquake sensor." And I was like, "The what now?" And he's like, "Yeah, all these houses, they got earthquake sensors on them." And I was like, "Well, that's the great idea, actually." And it turns out that the electronics guys were jackhammering or some such on the outside walkway to lay some cable, and that tremor sensation tripped the earthquake sensor and turned off the gas to the house. It didn't turn off
During
when the
the
earthquake
earthquake.
happened.
Imagine those poor earthquake sensors.
Yeah.
Though, that story. Those guys. Imagine that Pixar movie. Earthquake sensors! Exclamation point. Did you know earthquake sensors have a secret world of their own? And there's a one-for-one analogy of a lot of the problems that you and I have. And Tony Earthquake Sensor is like the earthquake sensor that cried wolf. He's like, guys, there's an earthquake! And it's like, wah, wah, as the Randy Newman song starts, it's like a reveal that yet again, it's just a guy installing cable. Oh, you got a tender touch. Oh, you got a sensitivity. Oh, you're the first to know about my love for you because, you know, you got a hair trigger for you and you for me. Yeah, da, 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 da. The Council of Earthquake Sensor Elders will now review the case of Tony once again. Eye roll, eye roll, eye roll. I'm a professional censor and I'm picking up on your eye rolls. Yeah. That's not ironic. You pick up on... Yeah, okay, never mind. We'll workshop that bit. We should pick up on more stuff. Yes, we should have less of an eye roll. Yes, okay, let's be on the same team. Tony, come forth and explain yourself. Hey, guys, sorry. I really thought the earth was shaking and my job was to turn off the gas.
What celebrity's voicing Tony?
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, all right.
And then they're like, Tony, we sentence you to re-education camp. You will follow the unused gas lines that run underneath.
Oh, dear. So I'm sorry. When I hear camp and gas, I went to...
No, you should. This thing is not here to... Yeah, it's not called Show Friends.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Pixar.
You weren't a character in the movie. You were like the producer watching a screen test going, "Oh,
I'm Jack Rapke going, whoa,
shit.
boys. Holy
wow,
shit.
why didn't we catch that?
My family died in the Holocaust.
Yikes.
I'm so proud of it. There's a deep cut, but there was a community season that was on Yahoo, and there was like an episode where like Steve Guttenberg played this guy that was like a producer, and there was this whole thing about this movie Abed made. And my favorite thing was that there's the second act that is like Steve Guttenberg as this producer character watching on a laptop the kind of like the Abed movie, and I just love like the discovery of like he should be really into it. Like there's nothing, the story doesn't have to turn on him being like he's like so he was like we just got all these like reactions from Gutenberg like watching this movie that Abed made, and he's just like oh god, and it's just, to me it's really funny because it's vulnerable and funny. It's like comedy where it's like everybody wins. Okay, like so, he's really into the movie.
So what is the Tony the censor like act like? Act one,
well, okay, so
right.
I want to do a little retconning here because I got a little. It's like I think they sentence him to be like a sprinkler sensor or something, but then there's an actual emergency. So there's a real earthquake, and no one will listen to him. We know that story
because he's cried wolf too many times.
But then because of where he is positioned, like so he's been sent to be a sprinkler sensor, and so he is actually. privy to the fact that an earthquake is coming. So there's like a fun like action movie thing, like what's it called, San Fernando with The Rock or whatever. He's like going.
San Andreas.
Yeah, it's like he's. I thought it was more local. San Fernando
with The Rock.
The decommissioned roller rink is not going to have enough arugula unless I rescue my girlfriend. I've got to get past this film development lab. San Fernando jokes. It's a movie that introduced the world to San Fernando Boulevard culture.
San Fernando Boulevard. That famous boulevard.
All right. Street, what is it? What do you...
So now there's a real emergency. He works now as a
So
sprinkler
there's an
sensor.
earthquake coming, and it's like the earthquake has to... I do not want to do a Bug's Life here, because I stopped watching Bug's Life when it was like, wait, you mean the fucking protagonist caused the problem? Like that's going to send him on a... That's like what? No, I don't know likey. Like, I was like... I'm not going to watch a bunch of bugs go through a lot of shit that challenges them because Dave Foley's character did something wrong and then was like, guess we got to do a thing now. Well, yeah, clean up your mess,
But isn't
baby.
that like risky business? Didn't Tom Cruise do something wrong and he had to fix his own problem?
No. No, sir. No. Tom Cruise, what Tom Cruise risky business. His parents leaving, and they're like, "Be a good boy" or whatever. His thing has nothing to do with.
He creates a crisis of his own design and has to grow up and fix his own problem, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't like make his parents leave town.
But maybe maybe that's why they left town because they fucking. Who wants to hang out with Tom Cruise all the fucking time?
That would be a less enjoyable story. Which is why I was like, he fucked up.
I've never seen Bug's Life. What did Dave Foley do in Bug's Life that created his own problem?
I feel like he like
they were
forgot
collecting,
to put out the grasshopper bird seeds.
No, they were collecting all the food, and then he fucked it all up. It all went into the river.
Yeah, it's like, you dumb fuck. And then he's like, well, boy, I guess I got to be Willow now. You're not Willow. God damn. All right. Anyways, whatever.
Okay, so
stick with me. You'll write 1 million movies. I suck. I suck worse than anything. That's why I'm so cynical. All right. Can we get back to what were we talking about?
Sprinkler sensor. Now we got...
So the sprinkler sensor, like, yeah. I want to be careful here because I want to make sure you resonate with this character. Like, you want them to be like.
He's been demoted from earthquake sensor.
So they know the earthquake's coming, and then it's like fuck. I mean, we got to put a pin in some stuff here, but. And skip to the idea that what ends up happening, because I like this device I created, is there's like there's a lower tech, back when California was still being tamed, excuse my belching, there was like, there's the water and the gas and the used to come in the same tubes, and there was less room for alarm. Or so, it's like a regression to a more primitive world.
You got John Huston from Chinatown. He's talking about how like
it's like Flushed Away meets Chinatown meets Rango. What's the guy? What's the lizard?
Yeah.
Johnny
Depp played Rango.
That had some problems that you could fix with this. I like the tone. And then he's like, oh man, I can't believe I'm in a deeper tube.
So now that he's been demoted from high tech to more analog, more old tech. But that puts him more in touch with the actual.
So he just wants to contribute. So he's like always going like, hey, something's shaking, and they're always telling him, hey, pick your battles. Your job's not to like rock the boat. And he's like, but I'm an earthquake sensor. And they're like, yeah, you can't just see earthquakes everywhere. So then a real earthquake, I think it's got to be him actually being like, oh, that can't be an earthquake, and for that reason, he bothers to show up for work, and no one else does. So there's like a kind of Simon Peggy kind of like Shaun of the Dead thing where you're like, he's naive for a segment. You're kind of like, oh, that poor guy, he doesn't know there's been an evacuation. Home Alone, and so that's why he ends up like the only earthquake sensor in a community where it really needs to.
Right.
Where earthquakes
need
to be sensed.
What's the meeting? What's the meeting with the goddess here? Like, where are we at in the story's arc right now?
Well,
I mean, the meeting of the gods is he senses an earthquake, isn't it?
I think it's that he senses the destruction of a new unlikely family that he builds in a new community.
Right, like a
so you have to think about like what is
earthquake.
the opposite of an earthquake sensor, like aesthetically and maybe not, if not purposefully. There's no such thing as like an earthquake sensor, like on the earthquake side. Like earthquakes don't have their own
An earth
sensors.
sensor?
Yeah.
Could there be a character that is the earthquake? Like can you anthropomorphize the actual earthquake?
It could be earthquake.
Like Fern Gully.
Well, you could in the form of someone with like a mental disorder that was like a human earthquake, like a character earthquake. Like they're unpredictable, they're uncontrollable, and so like what our protagonist is learning is like it's not about the false dichotomy of alarmism versus stagnation. It's about mirroring and sensitivity. He needs to become a person sensor. And when he thinks that there is a crisis,
we all do.
It's true, but it's not a zero-sum game in terms of whether or not everyone needs to do something. He needs to realize that he's like the most sensitive earthquake sensor of all.
But there has to be something that he was not sensitive to, that he has to become more sensitive to about himself or about somebody that's important to him.
His own self-esteem, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe like his his mother or like some other character, he realized that wow, my job is to be sensitive, and yet look how insensitive I've been to the people that matter most to me.
I told Spencer today that my therapist asked me to start taking showers.
We got the same. Me and Dan have the same therapist.
We're at the same wall in therapy now.
He started seeing my therapist.
But my therapist is like a super person that I was like, man, she saved my life. But I think she's just hitting that wall because she's like, God damn, this dude's perfect, except he's fucking dirty and gross.
Yeah.
She's got nothing, no bubble left to pop.
Was she saying because I have another client coming in and you need to start taking showers, or I have to start buying more
It started with the
Febreze?
UTI conversation where I was like, I got a UTI. I just got like, what were you, at a fucking weird public pool in the middle of a fucking dump? And I was like, well, no. I was like, I don't know how I got a UTI. And she's kind of like, how many showers do you take? I was kind of like, where's this going? God damn.
Can I ask how many showers you take?
I take a shower every time I work out. I work out every other day. That is 10,000 times more showers than I ever have taken in my life.
Because there's been times when you've gone weeks and months without...
Sure.
Yeah.
And people are shocked by that. And then I was like, I started working out and I'm like, oh, now I don't mind taking a shower. Because after a workout, I'm like, geez, I don't want this to be the case. And then I have this like almost inarticulable outrage that I know is now in fashion anymore, but like, and it's just like, it's this idea of like people being like, it's okay that you're like fascinated by like, oh, what you don't want to take a shower, but like, will you just like fucking think about like how much you want to take a shower, which is probably a lot if you're doing it all the time, and like that's not like an accomplishment. Like you're not like fucking disciplined. Fuck you, you fucking shower addict. Like you're just a fucking shower person. Like you don't get a medal for that, but you also don't get shit on for that. Like I'm never like fucking shower people. Actually, problematically enough, like as I was developing, yeah, I was like fucking shower people, which is like that's a whammy you don't want to put on a guy that can fucking hurt you or help you. And like I'm like now I'm like I think it's like I'm working out every other day, so I'm like this is like a million times more showers than I've ever taken. And now my therapist is like, she's like, it's like, I'm trying to explain to her. I'm like, look, man, like if you're hanging out, like if you wake up in the morning and you're like, I can't believe my body's been in this dirty bed for 8 hours. Great I'm so proud of you for feeling that way about your dirt level when you wake up. And I'm so extra proud of you for like having that carrying you like a fucking black stallion to the fucking Kentucky Derby. Like your destiny lies in you going into your tiled room of your choosing and turning that knob and just rubbing that water all over you. I mean, wow. I mean, if you're not a fucking hero, I don't know who is. Wait a minute, I'm being sarcastic. Shower in my sarcasm. It's as available as the fucking water that you are not remarkable for desiring to be cascading over you. I find it to be fucking weird. I'm like, if I haven't wrestled with a turd in the last 8 hours, I'm waking up in a clean bed.
Wrestled with a turd?
You've never wrestled with a turd?
Not like I didn't jog. I'm not feeling dirty. I'm not like doing this thing. And I'm like, it's just it. I'm not. It's like it's not. It feels. It's like I'm gonna go into this cold tiled room, which like looks like the jigsaw room, and like everything's tile, and it's like clinical. It's like your dogs don't go in the bathroom. You know why? It's like a vet's office. Like you never said to your dog, "Get out of the bathroom." Like, your dog has a natural aversion to the bathroom. They're like, that seems like where you get cut open.
But your new house has some really beautiful bathrooms.
And I'll probably take a million showers, and then I'll be president, and that'll make me a great person. The jig is up, people. I know you're full of shit.
I really think people who take showers are more disciplined, though. Like, I think out of all the things that you could say, I think they're definitely, it's like, the military, it's like, you got to make your bed when you get up. I think it really is like this regimen that they're like resigned to. And that
they just have good habits.
Right. That's what discipline is.
It's a habit. It's a good, So it's like, who fucking cares? So I got a habit that looks different from your habit. But then the people with the they're like, so don't you think maybe you don't have my habits because you're unhappy? That could very well be true, man. Like that's definitely worth peeking into. Let's talk about neglect and I assume maybe taking your body into a fucking weird operating room and like spraying it with water just so you can like dry it back off. Get on the bus and have a fucking dude with a crew cut go like, whoa, fucking like nerd faggot took a shower, dude. Give me 5. Man, I'm positive that the fact that I'm not into that means I'm unhappier than you. Great, unpack it at will. Stop patting yourself on the back. Wait, did you just say stop?
He said Schrab.
Oh, Schrab. What? Well, fuck you for saying either.
Yeah,
that's a weird.
Bad.
Or anything. Why. It's just saying ketchup would be a bad idea.
That would be
yelling
better.
Stuff out.
Is it the act of starting the shower and crossing that threshold, like the effort it takes to start the process of getting into a shower?
Yeah.
Or do you not like
That's
the
what
actual?
I think the discipline comes from.
Do you not enjoy the actual hot water like raining down on you?
I do. If the alternative is being covered in sweat and dirt.
Okay.
Then I'm like, I wish this was off of me.
Hey.
Time to solve that problem with water all over my body. I don't feel that way about like.
Lolly's the same way. She does not
That's
like.
Rob's dog.
She does not like being in the bathtub, getting a bath. She hates it. She hates it. She hates it. But once it's done, she's super happy. She's running around. She's smiling. She's.
So is that everyone, or is Lolly just me? Is everyone here going like, I hate it too. I hate it too, but I still do it, little trooper.
No.
Every morning I take that
like
bullet.
that.
You don't do shit that requires anything
But
of
I don't
you. You're not a tested
Lolly
person.
every day.
But you also have a fiance and a girlfriend and a love of your life, and don't you want to be clean when you guys are making smoochy towns? Like
and I'm conscious of that. Like I don't.
You no more bubble baths. You had a bubble bath phase where you were
No more bubble
in your
baths.
baths. You don't do that anymore.
No, not lately.
Yeah. But you were pretty excited about bathing for a while.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And then you put your butt too close to the jet, and you're.
it's true.
And
Greatest
you filled yourself up like a water balloon.
Totally accident.
We've all
You
been there.
enemized yourself all over the fucking shirt. I'll never forget the text. He goes, Jeff, I flew a little too close to the sun.
It was bad.
You're the Icarus of masturbating to a jacuzzi jet.
I remember like running over to the toilet and I sat on it and it was like I just heard like this bucket come out and I was like, holy shit, that's what an enema is. Like, because then it was done and I was like, well, that's not bad.
That
like,
is
if that's what that really is. If I'm like,
that is what it is.
But it was also there was a residual kind of like like violation. Yeah, like that's not.
Oh, so you didn't empty yourself in the bathtub. You actually made it to the toilet.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that like my sphincter relaxed enough
To let it in.
For all of a sudden just a flood, like it's like it filled instantly. And then the moment it felt something, it snapped shut, I assume. So it wasn't like I could sit in the bathtub and be like, and release. It was like, I was like, what happened? What happened? And it puckered up and like kept it. And then I sat on the toilet where my anus must have felt like safe to like, it's like, this is how we do things. And then it just like let out this like unprecedented torrent but it sounded healthy, but it was like not a sound you associate with your butthole. Well, it was just like a bunch of water coming out. And I was like, oh,
paint me.
I'm so French.
Paint for us the physical picture of what led up to that. You're on your hands and knees with your butt against the edge of the tub, and there's a jet going into your butt.
Yeah.
And you're masturbating because you're getting tantalized with the jet.
Yeah.
And then you press. Because I remember you saying for a few days, like, I found out the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
I put my butthole next to the thing, and it teases you.
Yeah. Tickles the
I
rim.
could see what this bathing thing is all about. I finally get it.
Yeah. That is what, yeah.
But then you, as you said,
I am on record there.
Like Icarus, you flew too close to the sun, and your feathers melted, and you fucking put.
It's ironic because I start my Kinsey like scale started to like probably drift. You know, I was like, hey, maybe you're a guy that likes a little bit of butt play, like. Who the fuck, like, it doesn't put you in a category of people. You're just a dude taking a bath, and like, it allowed me to be like, yeah, what fuck, we're all different. Who cares? Like, what's the line between? And then the irony is that I got comfortable. I was like, I don't have enough shame to keep my little keister tight as a little drum. It's just like it's probably like a sign of like you're vulnerable, and you're like, you know what? This makes me feel good. Open. Wow. And then it was like yeah. I just think that's poetic. It's not a. There's no moral to that story, but I like that geometry.
No, there's certainly a moral to that story.
Well, because my therapist had said to me recently, I thought this was a really powerful lesson. I think I might probably mention this in the podcast, but when I was going through this like writer's block thing and I was like procrastinating and stuff, and she said something really important to me. Because there was just a series of weeks that went by where I was like, you know that thing I said I had an epiphany about last week about writing and how I just need to do this and that? Yeah. And then I was absolutely positive that when I walked out, and then I went and did the same shit again. Yeah, I did. Yeah. But it was like she made sure, like, because she made sure that that was the place where I could always say that so I would never stop saying it. So it was like, first of all, she had to make sure that my brain understood that this is the place where you come and say it, whether it's 5 times in a row or 1,000 times in a row. I walked out of here thinking I know how to write, and I went home and I didn't write, and I did the same fucking shit, and I self-destructed, and I ended up not writing anything, and I'm back again, and it's the same story as last time, even though then we had a 45-minute conversation about how it's all going to change, and then I did it again, and that she created this avenue where I could walk to my fucking little heart's content in that direction. And like the 4th time I was in her office going like, I did it again, here it is again, here it is again. And this time I said, but you know what? It's making me think that, you know what I think I'm doing wrong is that I need to do it this way instead of that way. And she said, you know what I think you're doing wrong is that you think that you know how to do it right. And that makes you not sit and accept doing it wrong. And like the pressure you put on yourself to be the guy that knows how to do it is going to keep you in an eternity of trying to get it right. And you're going to be continually confused that you got it wrong again. And here's what I hear when you say to me, you did it wrong again in spite of all odds. I hear that we're on to something, because we decided 2 weeks ago that like, oh, it's all about this or that. I think whatever makes you fuck up is scared. It's like you don't walk away from Die Hard because the time lock engages. Like, you know, you're almost there. You need to drill further. It's like that's another way of saying forgive yourself for fucking up, as you have like cited the thing you want to change about yourself. The not changing overnight means you're at the site of the construction. Like, you're at the spot where a wall needs to be a door. Fucking idiots. But then she was like, Why do you have dirty dick disease? Why don't you take a shower, you fucking faggot?
Cliffhanger!
Thank you for coming to Harmontown, everybody. Your comptroller, Rob Schrab.
No, you keep going. I don't know what to do. Goodbye to you. And goodbye to Steve Levy. And goodbye to Spencer. And goodbye to Dan. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye from Harmontown. Harmontown is brought to you by Harmontown. When you're looking for Harmon, go to Harmontown. I can't smoke before the show.
It's going to be a good Comic-Con. Rob Schrab, everybody. We'll see you all. Drive fast, take chances.
Did you get any of that?
It's a good show.